Hi everybody! Today's video I'm dedicating for our hostages that are still there in these terrible places, and hopefully the more zchuyot we give them, the quicker they're going to be released. So today's question is, when do we send after blessing, after drinks? When do we send after blessing, after food? Very practical halachot. If you could please share it with people that may be interested, it will give more zchuyot to our hostages. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about drinks. When do I send after bracha, after drinks? If I had an amount of 86 milliliters, which is the gematria, it's a numerical value of kos. Kos is a cup. According to Rabbi Chaim Naeh, 86 milliliters is called a revi'it or a revis, and this is the required amount in order to be able to say it after bracha, after drinks. Usually the after bracha, after drinks would be borei nefashot, unless it was grape juice or wine, and that would be ala gefen and al priya gefen. But even this 86 milliliters, if you drank it slowly, you drank, you chatted, you drank, you went on the computer, you drank, you looked on the phone, it is not considered drinking it in one go, and hence you're not going to be able to say an after bracha. You just leave the after bracha. So you say the first bracha, you drink. If you drink it slowly, there is no borei nefashot, there is no after bracha. What does it mean to drink in one go? Do I actually have to put the whole thing in my mouth? No, you don't have to do that. What Chazal mean by one go is like this: you drink, you drink, you drink. You can make a little break between, and then you drink, you drink, you drink. One sip after the other is considered to drinking in one go. And then if you have this amount of 86 milliliters, then you can say an after bracha. Then you must say an after bracha. Okay. Now, what about hot drinks? Hot drinks, we don't drink in one go or one sip after the other. We drink, we wait, we drink, we wait. Then you don't have an after blessing after that. It is still an extra thing to do, mitzvah min hamuvchar, if you can, if you're up to it, to drink your hot tea or coffee and then leave a revis in the cup. And when it cool down a bit, where you can drink it one sip after the other, to actually drink it one sip after the other, and then you will have a borei nefashot. And why is it a better thing to do? That is because there is a doubt of whether you do send after bracha after hot drinks, because naturally that's how you drink them, even if you drink them slowly, or you don't. So to get out of this doubt, it's best to leave a revis and then drink the last bit one sip after the other, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, what about hot soups? Hot soups, we drink one spoon after the other. It's the same halacha. You do not say borei nefashot at the end of it. But if the soup had a lot of vegetables, like more than a third, then the bracha will be adama. And if it was lumps of not all mulid, then it is not liquid, then it is solid, and then you do have borei nefashot. If you have a liquid porridge, it's the same halacha. One spoon after the other. You don't have a revis in one go. You might have a revis, but not in one go, and hence you just leave out the bracha achrona. What about sharp drinks, which means like things that are like alcoholic beverages? People don't normally drink them in one go. Then you leave out the bracha achrona. What about if you drink from a straw? So naturally, we drink from a straw like this, unless you actually drank and you had a full revis, one sip after the other with a straw, then you do say a bracha achrona, otherwise you don't. So these are the halachot about saying bracha achrona after drinks, that you need a revis in one go. Two conditions. Remember, revis, 86 milliliters in one go means one sip after the next. What about an after bracha after food? So there we go by the size of a matchbox size, and this is called a kezait, like a zait, like which zait? A zait, an olive of the olden days, which according to Reb Chaim Naeh was the size of a matchbox but obviously it wasn't this shape, but it was that size. Yet the Chazon Ish says no, it's actually double the double matchbox. It's actually a size of an egg of nowadays. This what an olive looked like in the olden days. So because I learned everything according to the Chazon Ish, so I go by the size of an egg. That is kezait for me. But most people overseas, they follow Reb Chaim Noah, which says it's a matchbox size. It's half of an egg. So if you eat a matchbox size in 4 minutes, which is really quite natural and easy, it is considered a proper achila, and therefore it would require bracha achrona at the end of it. So if you just had a bite, you leave it. If you had a chocolate and you have a bite and you wait a couple of minutes, you have another bite, couple of minutes, then maybe you had a kezait, but you didn't have it in 4 minutes, which is called toch kedei achilat paras, and therefore you leave out the after bracha. Now the question is, okay, so I'm saying a matchbox size, do I include the air in the food? So it's like this. If the air is like trapped inside, like this, you don't have to break a piece, squish it, and then see, oh, is it a matchbox size? No, you include the air. Hence, it's really, it comes out to be a very small amount that is already a kezait, which you probably would eat it in 4 minutes, and there hence you have the after bracha. But what happens if the air is not trapped inside? It's like popcorn. You put popcorn up to here, so there is air in between. It's not trapped inside. You don't count this air. So if you want to know if you have a bracha achrona after popcorn, you have to estimate that if you would squish it, that you would have a matchbox size in 4 minutes, which is, it's not really hard with the popcorn. What about pretzels? There's air between the pretzels. You don't consider this air. You would consider only the pretzel to add up to a kezait. What about the other ingredients in a cake? So there are so many ingredients. Flours, maybe 2 cups of it, but there's oil and there's sugar and there are eggs and there's cocoa. So do I only count the flour inside it but not the rest? No, you consider everything as a dough, and then you go according to a kezait, a matchbox size of this whole thing. You don't have to say, okay, it's only a quarter, then a quarter of this slice of cake is ala michia. I'll have to eat the whole thing to get to a quarter in 4 minutes. No, you include the eggs and the oil as if the whole thing is flour. And then you have a matchbox size from that in 4 minutes, and you say ala michia. Okay, now what happens if you have a chocolate mousse cake, and the bottom is mezonot, and the top is a very thick mousse. So what happens then? You don't include the mousse at the top as part of the bottom. So only if you had from the bottom a kezait, that is when kezait in 4 minutes, that is when you say ala michia. The top is not included because it's not part of the cake. And that leads us to the next question. Next question is, what happens if I had half a kezait of that chocolate at the top and half a kezait of the mezonot at the bottom? What happens if I had half a kezait of ala etz and al priya etz, the stuff from fruits from the 7 species, and fruits, and half a kezait from regular fruits? What happens if I had half a revis of grape juice and half a revis of water, of juices? And this is the third topic for today, and that is there are 3 categories of bracha achrona. There is benching, a little bit less important but obviously very important. Would be the bracha main shalosh, the ala michia, ala eitz, ala gefen, and al priya gefen, and the lower than that would be bro nefashot. So now, if you have a combination of the second type and the third type, if you have a combination of ala michia and bro nefashot, like with the example with our chocolate mousse cake. So you have the bottom is mezonot, the top is shehakol, and you had half a matchbox size of this and half a matchbox size of this. So altogether you have a matchbox size. Half is mezonot, half is shehakol, half is chocolate mousse cake, mezonot, and the topping is just mousse with no mezonot. Therefore, the bracha charoina, the after bracha, goes down a level, and you say borei nefashos on the whole thing. Same if you had half a kezait of a date. So let's see, this is probably, yeah, that's not a kezait. One date is less than a matchbox size. And then you had an orange. Therefore, you'd say at the end of it, on both of them, one after bracha, and that is going to be borei nefashos, because this is going to go down to a level of this one. And if you had, let's say, half a kezait of this and half a kezait of this, together it's one kezait, goes down a madrega from ala eitz to borei nefashos. Even if you had more than half a kezait, a full orange, still it goes down a madrega to borei nefashot. And the same if you have half a revis of grape juice, you drank it, and next you have a cup with juice, and you have a half a revis or more, and you basically drank it in one go, as in one sip after the other and one sip after the other. It combines, and the bracha goes down a madrega, and instead of saying ala gefen ve'al pri gefen, which you would if you had revis in one go of grape juice, it goes down to a level of borei nefashos. I'm preparing for you a surprise for next time. A very beautiful story about Hilchot Brachot. So I hope to see you then, and sending you much love.